Britain could soon lose its cherished AAA rating. The ratings agency Fitch has put the country under review and warns there's a good chance of a downgrade. Well, I'm joined now from London by David Buik from BGC Partners. David, welcome over there.
Hello, Tiki. Greetings to you.
Now, I think you've got your budget coming up very shortly, and we've got this Fitch change of outlook on Britain's AAA rating. Is that going to make the budget a lot more austere?
Well, it's not going to take George Osborne off course. I mean, Fitch's negative outlook for the UK debt situation follows in the footsteps of Moody's a few weeks ago, and they reckon it's a 50% chance of a downgrade because the economy hasn't come back on the bridle to the degree that we thought it might do. I think George Osborne is going to be even stronger in his resolve to say these austerity measures must be implemented. We have to cut debt. We have to cut public expenditure. At the same time, he's got to find the key to the kingdom for growth. And that will probably be done through corporation tax, which is coming down from 28 to 23%. Ticket needs to come lower in order to encourage small businesses to employ people. The most important thing that can change the whole outlook towards the world's economy, and it doesn't matter if it's Australia, China or the United Kingdom, is sentiment. If confidence is there and sentiment is positive, the rest of the stuff tends to fall in place. These politicians in Europe, they've been lagging behind the curve with their appalling lack of direction over the sovereign debt situation, which I'm afraid has rubbed off on the United Kingdom. We will see, I think, a very austere budget when we can't hear it next Wednesday. There'll be no giveaways, but hopefully just a little bit for business, industry and commerce.
All right, you talk about the importance of sentiment. The European Parliament signed off on the Greek bailout. We've got the IMF Executive Board looking at it today, I think. That's all going to go smoothly?
It'll go through smoothly, but changes nothing from the conversation you and I had last week and the week before and the week before that. Greek bonds remain junk.
Right. Well, we will watch that one, and we'll see how closely countries like Spain then perform as a result of that, and whether indeed there are needs for another further bailout.
Well, Spain definitely needs some further impetus in terms to implementing its cuts. There's no question of any doubt about it. Huge high unemployment and very difficult to turn growth around in a country like that, particularly when you don't have a broad breadth of industry, commerce, as well as financial services.
Now, David, to the Muppets, which is what that Goldman Sachs executive who resigned and wrote that extraordinary opinion piece in the New York Times today said that Goldman's sometimes calls some of its clients. It was an extraordinary piece. Any impact on the bank, Goldman Sachs, do you think, and on the broader investment banking community?
It was a brilliant piece of journalism by the New York Times, absolutely fantastic.
No, I didn't think you'd say that, David.
Hang on, I haven't finished yet. Greg Smith was not a big fish in that pond. I also do not like snitches. I also don't like people who make profound statements criticising their colleagues unless they put some action behind it. I see little evidence of him paying back the largesse that he's received in recent years, and I imagine that's been squirreled away. We need to remember with Goldman Sachs, who have made some mistakes in the last 4 years, no question of any doubt about it, some bad ones. But under the leadership of John Corzine, who of course unfortunately has been involved in MF Global, followed by Hank Paulson and also by Lloyd Blankfein, Goldman Sachs has created a massive amount of wealth around the world. Huge businesses, massive takeover, bringing public companies to the public. It's easy to forget and rub its nose in the poop at the moment. I think we need a more balanced opinion. I'm very disappointed, I have to say, with Greg Smith. I know the rest of the world love it, but I just don't care for that kind of behaviour.
That's the answer that I expected from you. And I also want to talk to you about a little bit of gossip around Barclays, apparently.
I know you don't get it in Australia. There's a fabulous picture on page 6 of the Daily Mail of Rich Ritchie, one of the joint managing directors of Barclays Capital, together with Jerry Le Messier, at our Great Fells Festival of Racing at Cheltenham yesterday, having had a winner at the last race, trained by a gentleman called Willie Mullins in Ireland. He shared £20 million, the two of them, of the bonuses. As you can imagine, the angst, the fury and the hatred was galvanised yet again yesterday. I don't care.
That's what I call risk-taking. David Buik, thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.